We're at the heart of public television at 17 Woronicza Street in Warsaw. It was today that the Minister of Culture and National Heritage, Bartłomiej Sienkiewicz, illegally dismissed the heads of public television, Polish radio and the Polish Press Agency. Later, after 11:18 in the morning, TVP Info's signal was abruptly turned off, just like that. It was blocked. TVP Info's portal and episodes of the documentary series Reset were removed from the network. On what basis? Please specify the legal basis. Resolutions of the shareholders' meeting. Sir, the specific law is in effect here, so you are here illegally. People forced their way into the office of the TVP president and began to introduce themselves as representatives of the new government, in no way identifying themselves and even attacking MPs who had been on parliamentary duty since yesterday. MP Joanna Borowiak was taken to a hospital with a suspected broken arm. Law and justice politicians are sounding the alarm. The changes that are being made in public television are illegal. Politicians say outright that this is an attack on free media. This power has so much disregard for the Constitution that it is unconstitutional. The Constitution at the moment is undergoing a process that in law is called deconstitutionalization. That is, it sort of ceases to apply. Since the morning here at 17 Woronicza Street and Powstańców Square, where TVP Info is located, representatives of Gazeta Polska clubs have been gathering to demonstrate their commitment to free media and to show that they will not give it up easily. The men who entered the TVP president's office and attacked MP Joanna Borowiak locked themselves in. Police arrived and separated the men from the law and justice politicians who began to gather near the office. For several hours, the police officers were passive and did nothing to move the man who attacked the woman from the room. We have received information that there have been people on public television who have started recording alternative news, which, despite the fact that the TV news is now disconnected and there is no signal, supposedly public television news will be recorded and broadcast. The question is, by whom and for whom? People are comparing today's attack on public television to the events of December 1981, when the TVP signal was also disrupted. One thing is certain, even if public television is illegally taken over by the new government, TV Republika will continue to present real information for you. Paweł Broch, TV Republika. Most Ukrainians are Orthodox Christians, and the country's main church agreed this year to abandon the Julian calendar, which is used in Russia, and celebrates Christmas Day on the 1st of January. Moscow's attack in February 2022 has rallied the nation to its defense and prompted many Ukrainians to reject the Russian language and culture, as well as other historical ties with Russia. However, some Kiev residents say they will still celebrate Christmas on the 1st of January, on the 7th of January, or they will celebrate it on both dates. After the 24th of February, when the Russian Federation launched a fully fledged invasion of Ukraine, we had to defend ourselves against the aggressor. Everything about Russia and everything Russia did in the same way we did disgusted people. In particular, the Russian church celebrates and will continue to celebrate Christmas on the 7th of January. Therefore, our society has asked itself, why should we celebrate like Russians and why should we celebrate with them? We have our own church. Yes, for the first time this year I will celebrate Christmas on the 25th of December together with my family. It's a bit unusual, but I think it's worth it to move to new traditions to restore historical memory. It turns out that Ukrainians did celebrate Christmas on the 25th of December, just like the rest of Europeans, and later on celebrating Christmas on the 7th of January was imposed on us. I don't rule out any date. We have to celebrate on both days. We all live together. My neighbours celebrate on one day, I celebrate another. We will all celebrate together, which means we will celebrate on both dates. We don't celebrate Christmas as such, we celebrate New Year's Day. I'm celebrating on the 7th of January. We will gather around the table on the 7th of January. For the first time during his service as an Orthodox military chaplain, Father Mikołaj will celebrate Christmas Day on the 25th of December with the soldiers of his assault brigade on Ukraine's Eastern Front. The soldiers crowded into a small makeshift church for the liturgy, singing hymns while incense wafted through the air. Father Mikołaj said he expected the soldiers to be in better spirits as they celebrated. We priests can pray with the entire Orthodox world on this Christmas Day. Our boys can feel united this Christmas. It is important for the boys that we no longer celebrate with the residents of Moscow, but on the 25th of December. This is not some anti-Russian propaganda, but it is important for the boys that we already have our own Christmas and celebrate with Christians around the world. This year I will celebrate with my family. I plan to celebrate on the 25th of December. This is how we celebrated in the past, before the 7th of January was imposed on us. I will celebrate in the trenches on both the 25th of December and the 7th of January. For us Orthodox believers last year, it wasn't clear when to celebrate. But this year all denominations and the whole world will celebrate on the 25th of December, which will unite us even more. There will be no more divisions. The enemy is not backing down. We understand that the enemy does not celebrate the holidays as such. We understand in principle that the enemy is godless, so it's just another day of war. Our boys will fight as always, but at the same time experience this day on a higher moral, emotional and spiritual level. This day will be solemn. This day will be spent in a good mood. This day will be celebrated with carols, ritual Christmas oatmeal and the Holy Supper. The tents were set up around 5 p.m. The stove is set up and we are not too cold. At around 8 p.m. beds were assigned. We are not afraid even if it gets colder. In the next step, the command centre will continue with work on our disaster relief efforts. As of 3 p.m. yesterday, the rescue operation has more or less ended. Our priority now will be to treat the injured and ensure the safety of the affected people's lives and property. Authorities in China's Gansu province said Wednesday that once most of the rescue operations have been completed, attention will focus on treating the injured and displaced residents. Facing winter, many survivors of the 6.2 magnitude earthquake face months of uncertainty without permanent shelter. Pope Francis prayed for the earthquake victims today. My thoughts go out to the victims and those injured by the devastating earthquake that struck China's Gansu and Qinghai provinces on Monday. I join in love and prayer with the suffering people. I'm grateful to the relief services and invoke the blessings of the Almighty to bring comfort and relief to their sorrow.